Hello, I have been asked to explain the standard math practice number one, which is to make sense of problems and persevere in solving them, which is really the foundational skills of the standard math practices. So it is perhaps the most important skill because it provides a foundation for the students to build on. So it's very important because its implications on learning both in mathematic concepts and in problem solving skills in general. So this is really an approach to solving problems that's going to benefit students beyond school. So they are going to learn to approach a problem and to strategically solve that problem. Um, so the goal of mathematic practice number one is like all the other standard um, math practices is to solve the problem where teachers and educators were teaching so many things that they were not able to cover it at much depth. So again, we are trying to um, develop those critical thinking skills rather than just give them a means to an end. So we don't want this at a superficial level. We really want the students thinking about what they're doing. So with that being said, the problem solving skills, um, they're developed by math practice number one. Teaches, again, like I said, teaches them to approach any problem in life. So this will benefit them even as an adult. Um, and it's kind of the center of all of the other mathematics skills. So this is really going to make them proficient as a mathematic thinker. Um, Through the implementation of math practice number one, students learn to analyze, reason, build an argument, and connect their problem solving skills to the real world. So, like I said, it calls for critical thinking and it's preferred over memorization. So, the standard math practice number one can be broken into like down into three goals. Number one being for the students to make sense of the problem and find meaning in the problem. So this is the step where they're understanding what is being asked of them. So the students are asked to write the problem in their own words and to identify what the question is asking. So they are encouraged to stick with the problem, and by writing it in their own words, it kind of forces them to think about it instead of just looking at it for 5 seconds and becoming frustrated and giving up. And then goal number two is to develop strategies with little or no direction. So the goal of this approach is that the students will be able to look at the problem, figure out what is being asked of them, and to devise a plan. Um, so this is the step where they answer, how do I go about solving this problem? Um, they need to just simply start by trying something. And they're going to be pulling from their prior knowledge. So we're going to be able to see their skills that they've learned previously through the strategies that they use to approach solving the problems. Um, and then the final goal is to approach the problem with flexibility and persevere in solving the problem. So this is where the student is taught to approach problems with the belief that they can be solved and that they are capable of solving them. Um, if they believe that, they're more likely to engage with the problem. Another thing is that students should consider multiple strategies, and they need to understand that their mistakes are a learning opportunity. So they can look back at the problem and they can see that they made a mistake and they can make a different approach to it. Or they can evaluate the mistakes of other people, and through that, they can learn. So clearly, that's an essential skill in life in general and will make the student successful, that they are able to approach a problem strategically and have a way of solving it with little or no help, because let's face it, that's what life is like. And, to have that growth mindset that it's okay if I make a mistake, that I can learn from it. And yeah, that's about it.